Have you ever felt like you didn't quite fit in, even in your own home? Meet Princess Elara, a young royal who, despite living in a grand castle, felt small and unsure. She was surrounded by expectations, traditions, and a rulebook thicker than a dragon's tail. Everyone told her what a princess should be, how she should act, and what her future would hold. But deep down, Elara felt a whisper, a tiny voice that asked, "Is this really me?" This is the story of her journey. A quest not for a golden treasure or a magical sword, but for something far more precious, her true self. Urana's path begins with trembling hands and a heart full of doubt. The weight of the crown felt heavier than any stone, and the royal duties felt like a performance she was destined to fail. She'd look in the mirror and see a reflection she didn't recognize. A girl trying to be someone she wasn't. But every great adventure starts with a single step, even a hesitant one. For Urana, that step was deciding to listen to that quiet inner voice. She began to explore beyond the castle walls, not just the lands of her kingdom, but the landscapes of her own heart. Along the way, she met wise and wonderful mentors, a quirky old gardener who taught her that the most beautiful flowers are the ones that grow wild and are retired. Knight who showed her that true bravery isn't about fighting monsters but about facing your own fears. These encounters were like keys, unlocking parts of herself she never knew existed. She learned that kindness is a strength, not a weakness, and that authenticity shines brighter than any crown jewel. With each lesson, the anxious girl who once hid in the shadows started to stand a little taller. She discovered a passion for helping her people, not because it was her duty, but because it brought her joy. She learned to speak her mind, not with arrogance, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their own worth. Of course, breaking with tradition wasn't easy. There were whispers in the court, disapproving glances, and moments when self-doubt came rushing back. People were used to the old ways, and a princess who chose her own path was something new, something ... different. They questioned her decisions, her abilities, and her right to lead in her own way. Would she crumble under the pressure and go back to being the princess everyone expected? This is where Urana's real test of courage began. She had to choose: would she retreat into the familiar comfort of tradition? Or would she embrace the person she was becoming and lead her kingdom with a brave, open heart? This isn't just a story about a princess. It's a story about finding the courage to be you, no matter what the world expects. It's about realizing that your unique qualities are your greatest strengths, and that the most royal thing you can ever be is yourself. Join Urana as she finds her voice, her purpose, and her inner strength. This is a tale filled with fantasy, emotion, and a powerful message for anyone who has ever felt like they needed to find their own way. Thank you so much for watching. If Urana's story inspired you, please hit that subscribe button for more tales of courage and self-discovery. And we'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. We'll see you next time.